Hello students, welcome to my educational channel Easier. Today we will start with algae. As we are studying plant kingdom, first group in this is algae. We'll start with the general characters of algae. So, general characters of algae are, first thing is that they are simple. As we have studied that classification is based on the evolutionary process. Algae is the very first division of kingdom Plantae. That means they will be very simple. As we studied, monerans were very simple forms of life. They were the first ones, primitive ones. Similarly, when this is the first division of kingdom Plantae, it will involve simple organisms. So algae is simple in structure. It is very simple organism. Plant body is thalloid. Plant body is thalloid. Thalloid means plant body is not divided into root and shoot. As we see that plants have different parts: root, shoot, shoot bears leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. So in algae, the body of the algae, the plant body is said to be thalloid. Why thalloid? Because it is not divided into roots and shoot, and this structure of body is called as thallus. So it is called as thalloid. And the very important character, autotrophic. They are chlorophyll containing organisms and hence they are autotrophic in nature. They prepare their own food. So algae are simple, thalloid structure, chlorophyll bearing organisms of plant kingdom. That means they are autotrophic. Now what about their habitat? Algae are largely aquatic. Okay? Early forms of life always start with water. So this is the very early, very primitive group of plants. It is also aquatic. They are largely aquatic, both freshwater and marine. Means they will be found in both freshwater and marine water bodies. Apart from that, they occur in variety of other habitats. What are those? Moist stones. All the moist places, all the moist and damp places. It may be stones, it may be soil, it may be wood, logs of wood, etc. Wherever you will find moist conditions, you will find algae. And also they are found as association with fungi and also with some animals. Remember we studied in fungi lichens. What are lichens? Lichens are the symbiotic association of algae and fungi. So some are found as association with fungi in the form of lichens and also with some animals. They make association with some animals. Example, sloth bear. Sloth bear bears algae on it. So this was about habitat. Largely aquatic and they can occur in variety of other habitats, in moist stones, soil and wood, and also as association with fungi as lichens and on some animals. Example, sloth bear. Now their size, their form. Algae are variable in form and size. Means their size varies. They may be colonial. They may be found in the form of colonies. Many small algae grouped together in the form of colonies. And they may be also filamentous in the form of filament. Remember filamentous structure. So examples here you have to take it into consideration. You have to learn the examples. Algae which is found in colonial form is known as volvox. Volvox is an algae which is colonial. Similarly, algae found in filamentous form is Eulothrix and Spirogyra. See all these names. These are all examples, very important, often asked in questions in exams as name colonial algae, name the algae which is filamentous, like that. So everywhere, wherever we have examples, you have to learn them. They are always asked in some way or the other in exams. So colonial algae is Volvox, filamentous is Eulothrix, Spirogyra. And few marine forms of algae such as kelps is in the form of massive plant body. Normally algae is in the form of thallus body. Thallus structure is there without any demarcation of root and shoot. But some marine algae grow so much, example kelps, that they form the massive plant body. Okay. Next we will see the reproduction in algae. Reproduction. Algae reproduces by all three means. That means vegetative reproduction, asexual reproduction, as well as sexual reproduction. Means all three kinds of reproductions are exhibited by algae. Now you all know, as we have studied in earlier videos, fragmentation, vegetative reproduction by fragmentation. Children, those who have not watched earlier videos, please go through them, because many things which are coming now have been discussed earlier. Okay. So vegetative reproduction in algae is by means of fragmentation. Remember fragmentation? The body part divides into small fragments, sheds off into fragments, and each fragment then grows into a thallus, into a new plant body. That is fragmentation. So vegetative reproduction is by fragmentation, and asexual reproduction, as it is evident, we have studied earlier also, is by different spores. Different kinds of spores are formed during asexual reproduction, and they are helpful. Each spore disperses and grows into a plant body, into a new plant body. And the most common spores are zoospores. In algae, the most common asexual spores are zoospores, and they are motile. And how are they motile? Due to the presence of flagella. Zoospores in algae have flagella, they are motile, and they are the most common asexual spores for asexual reproduction. Now coming to the sexual reproduction, as we have studied earlier also, sexual reproduction is by fusion of gametes. By fusion of two gametes, sexual reproduction takes place. We have studied all these things earlier also. Again here also, this sexual reproduction may be isogamous, anisogamous, or oogamous. Remember, in isogamous, what is there? Two gametes which fuse together are morphologically similar in size and shape. Such gametes are called as isogamous, and such a reproduction is called as isogamous sexual reproduction. They may be motile or non-motile, whatever it is, but the two gametes which will fuse will be equally identical to each other, same in size, same in shape. If one is motile, other is also motile, and if one is non-motile, other will be also non-motile. Means both the gametes which are fusing here are of same kind, equal, identical, same in size, shape. So such reproduction, sexual reproduction, is called as isogamous. Now here again you have to learn examples. Isogamous reproduction is shown by Eulothrix and Spirogyra. Both are algae, but the difference is that in Eulothrix both the gametes are motile, and in Spirogyra both the gametes are non-motile. Remember all these things. Example questions are asked from here. Motile gametes, sexual reproduction by motile gametes. Isogamous, example Eulothrix. Sexual reproduction isogamous type with non-motile gametes, shown by Spirogyra. Now next kind, you all remember it, is anisogamous. Anisogamous means both the gametes which are fusing, gametes which fuse are not identical in size and shape, different in morphology. One may be big, one may be small. This is an isogamous kind of reproduction. Now that means both the gametes will be dissimilar, not same, they will be dissimilar. One may be big, one may be small. Example of algae showing an isogamous type of sexual reproduction is Eudornia. Remember all the examples. Eudornia is the algae which shows an isogamous type of sexual reproduction. Now third kind is oogamous reproduction, sexual reproduction, oogamous. You remember in this, what is there? Oogamous, it is a kind of anisogamous reproduction in which both the gametes are dissimilar. They are not same, they are dissimilar. Now here the difference is that oogamous and anisogamous difference is that one is large and is non-motile or static. One is large and is non-motile or static and is considered as female gamete, and the other one is small and is motile. Motile again, that means bears flagella. So other is small and motile and is considered as male gamete. Now oogamous type of sexual reproduction is shown by algae, volvox and fucus. So this was about reproduction. Now uses of algae. You all might be knowing that algae is of immense importance for man. Algae is useful to man in many ways. It is a useful plant. Okay. Now what are its uses? Yeah, how it is useful? It helps in carbon dioxide fixation. Carbon dioxide fixation, you all know. Algae is photosynthetic in nature. You all know the process of photosynthesis. What do plants do? They take carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, undergo the process of photosynthesis and release oxygen. Similar is the case with algae. Algae is photosynthetic in nature. We have studied just now. So it helps in carbon dioxide fixation. Similarly, because of the same function, very same function, photosynthesis, it increases the oxygen level in its immediate environment. Means wherever it is present, because it undergoes photosynthesis, it releases oxygen and thus increasing the oxygen level in its immediate environment. Next use, algae is primary producers in aquatic food chain. You all know what is a food chain. Who eats whom? Who is the producer? One is producer, others are consumer. So in this, producers means which produce food, which produce the energy requirement. So algae being photosynthetic is primary producer, and in which food chain? In aquatic food chain, because it is aquatic in nature. So it will be involved in the aquatic food chain. So in aquatic food chain, algae are the primary producers. Very important. Some algae are used as food. You all know some algae such as Porphyra, Laminaria, Sargassum. These are used as food, and you know many species of marine algae, almost 70 species of marine algae are used as food, of which these three are the examples I am telling you. Please learn all these examples. Algae used as food, they are marine algae. Some algae, listen carefully, some marine algae. Just after the after the characters, we will study the classification, and you will come to know that there are red algae, brown algae, and so on. So some marine brown and red algae produce a large amount of hydrocolloids. Listen carefully. Some marine brown and red algae produce large amount of hydrocolloids. What are these hydrocolloids? Hydrocolloids are water holding substances, means substances which hold water. And what are these hydrocolloids? The name is algin and carrageen. Algin is produced by brown algae and carrageen is produced by red algae. So some marine brown and red algae produce large amount of hydrochlorides. What are those? Algin by brown algae and carrageen by red algae, and these hydrocolloids are used commercially. They have commercial use. Next, if you have ever heard the name of agar. Agar is a chemical product. It is a product commercially used. Agar is produced by algae, and it is a commercial product which is used in the preparation of jellies, ice creams, etc. Okay, and also agar is very important as it serves as a medium in tissue culture. Medium means in which we artificially grow algae, the organisms. So agar acts as a medium in tissue culture and is obtained from algae, Gelidium and Gracilaria. Name gives jelly-like structure. Gelidium and Gracilaria are two algae which produce agar. Agar is a commercial product used in laboratories and in ice cream and jelly factories. One more algae, Chlorella. Chlorella is a unicellular algae and is used as a food supplement. It is rich in protein, very rich in protein, chlorella, and so it is used as a food supplement even by the space travelers. They use it as a food supplement. So these were the general characters of algae. In our next class, in our next video, we will discuss about the classification of algae. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.